you've ever shot at a clay pigeon with a shotgun and you've missed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Guys, like and comment. The comment section is out of control. I will do nothing to control you. So make sure you get in there and do some crazy stuff and make YouTube regret their decision to keep me on the platform. Guys, the biggest supporter of the channel right now is Brownells. Brownells is a huge 2A supporter, as well as having all of the possible gun things you could ever want. So get in there, check them out, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring the channel. The sponsor for this video is Nutrient Survival. We'll talk more about them in just a little bit here. Ladies, gentlemen, often forgotten, most certainly not by me, 1897 trench shotguns. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be talking about a fairly simple topic, and one that brings me great sadness, because we shot the human dummies with a shotgun to show to you how effective the shotgun was, but you guys demanded more blood. What more do you want to take from these people? Now we have to take their heads as well. It's kind of a little bit ridiculous, but we're gonna shoot these heads because you know what? Science matters. If there's anything I've learned in the last 2 years, that science is infallible. So we're going to use science on these ballistic heads, and we're gonna be shooting them. Now, these ballistic heads are provided to us by Ballistic Dummy Labs. You can buy them for yourselves, and they're pretty cool dudes. A big thank you to them for supporting the channel, and they do replicate the human head very well by means of using various bags of different types of medium and fluid in there to replicate the brain, and also, of course, skull matter as well as tissue matter. So it does a pretty good job, and we're gonna see how it does. We're gonna be shooting several different rounds through the shotgun. We're gonna be shooting birdshot, we're gonna be shooting buckshot, and we're gonna be shooting slugs at various distances. Now, before we go ahead and we go into that, it's gonna be important that I show to you what those are gonna look like when you shoot them at paper. So some of you might not know what those are, so we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it right now. So, putting my ears on here, we'll go ahead and we'll start with a slug. We'll go ahead and, excuse me, we'll go the opposite way. We're gonna do birdshot. That will be our first round. Get in there. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and do a round of buckshot. This is going to be Hornady Critical Defense, which is a great round. And then we will end with the slug. So, kind of did that backwards. We got the slug, got the Hornady Critical Defense. So we'll do bird, buck, slug. Let's go ahead and let's run through this. And I was way too close, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna step a little bit back to get an even better example of how this stuff is going to work. And that's also a good representation of the effects you can get depending on the distance you are with a shotgun, because again, shotguns do open up the further you are from them. So again, once more, we'll do bird, buck, and slug a little bit further away.
Let's check it out.
So, a couple things to note here. You're gonna see a large hole, that's from the wad. So you have the wad behind everything. Now, if you take a look at this, Mike, if you'll come right in here, you can see all these tiny little pellets right here. This is number 7.5. And so that is, of course, meant for either your small game type animals, such as birds, that type of shit, or if you're trying to shoot clay pigeons. So we got our birdshot right there. Again, not gonna penetrate as far into the human body. Right here we have buck. So we have the wad right there, and the buckshot is, of course, incredibly effective. It's been used for a long time. This is double-aught buck. Lots of different bucks are good. And then we have a slug, which is just a big old hunk of fuck you. So we have the slug round right there, and we got the wad right there. Good times. Now that we've done this, you know, the question comes into play. What are these gonna do to a human head? Micah, what do you think?
Kill them.
Probably. Do you think the birdshot will kill them, though?
I actually don't. I'm very curious.
Well,
nonetheless, it will sting.
Nonetheless, it will sting. So we'll go ahead and we'll start off with the birdshot. We'll start with the birdshot at about 15-ish or so, and then we'll walk in from there and see how it handles on the human head. Because I know a lot of people do use birdshot for home defense. And the question is, if I'm at distance, is it gonna really kill somebody? I honestly don't know. I'm sure somebody's been killed by birdshot at some point. It's been used a lot. Right, let's get it done. We're gonna be shooting birdshot. Birdshot does require a choke. So we do have a choke on our Benelli M2 right here. and we have some of our federal bird shots. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a shot, a little bit of distance here, and we're gonna see how it does. All right, predictions, Micah?
It's gonna sting. I don't think it's gonna die.
Yeah, probably. All right, here we go. Okay, we got it. Let's check it out. I don't think it did much. There's no way. That doesn't look. Oh no!
Right in the eyeball.
Oh, that sucks. Yo, take a look at that.
That's actually so interesting. Hold up.
Yeah. Okay. So that's disgusting. So it looks like we did get some penetration into the eye socket. So of course, the skull behind the eye right there is pretty thin, so that does make a lot of sense. You know, I don't know if that's a kill, but
that's the question, right? Because it's just buried under his skin.
see, it's gonna go through the eyeball, and it, you know, might have gone into the brain. Certainly, that's going to be a very bad day. I don't know about death, but you know, if you're getting blasted in the face with birdshot, I still think you're gonna have a really bad time. I mean, look how it traveled along the skull. Look how interesting that is. Huh. Well, I would say, oh, look at that pellet right there. Yeah. I would say that what we need to do is get up closer, let's say 5 feet, and see what that does. That's kind of closer for the home defense kind of category, right? All right, let's go ahead and let's give that a try. Okay.
Really interesting.
Predictions at 5 feet.
5 feet? Oh, he gone.
You think he's dead?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
You think it's gonna blow open the skull?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't, as I fuck with this, there we go. I don't know if it's gonna blow open the skull. It's too many variables, man. Science is.
What's the feet per second at where we're like out the muzzle?
Dude, I have no fucking clue. It's fast enough. What the fuck kind of question is that? Okay, let's try this out. Okay, we got more of our bird shot, and we're pretty fucking close.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yo! Okay. Did he try to join his friends?
Wait, where'd he go? Where'd it go?
Did he disappear? Okay, so, oh wait, I think he fell back. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, there he is. Oh no. Okay. Let's use science and let's dissect this right here. I would say that he is dead. Would you agree, Micah?
He's dead.
I think we need to okay, so that completely opened up the skull right behind the eye, and it didn't, so, oh my God, yeah, there's pellets all through the brain matter right here. You wanna take a look at that? Yeah, that guy is gone. Dang, that was a lot more energetic than I thought. I mean,
yeah, that was
it's
crazy.
a shotgun, that does make sense. You know what we need to do? We need to finish off the temple point blank shot with buckshot. You agree?
100. What else would we do?
There's nothing else to do. Can we just take a look? Look how disgusting that is. Like, it always blows my mind, like, how gross.
Blow your mind.
No pun intended. All right, let's finish this guy off. Okay, point blank with the bird shot right here. Jesus Christ, you ready?
Yeah, hold up. Is this safe?
Yeah, it's safe.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, fuck, it's all over me. No.
Wow. You look at that. This is like a crime scene. Yo, he's okay. Look, you can see his mouth. It's like moving a little bit. All right. Do not pass go. Do not collect two. I can't. Okay, into the death pile he go. Into the death pile he goes. Okay. There you go. Next, we will
be testing out some buckshot. And look how gross the box is for being right behind this. So, do you know how scared this guy is right now? His buddy, he literally has the entrails of his buddy, not the entrails, of the brain matter of his buddy all over him. It's gonna be okay. Soon you will go the big night-night. So, I think with buckshot, I mean, I think that the only kind of big thing that we're gonna see with buckshot in comparison is at distance. I think we're gonna see really, really good just terminal effects. You know what I mean? I think that the buckshot at that same distance where we quite didn't have a kill, I think we're absolutely gonna have a catastrophic kill with buckshot, is my guess.
Yeah, it'll crack. It'll at least crack.
It's gotta, it's gotta. But you know what? How will we know if we don't test it? And so we'll be switching from the Benelli M2, which has a choke, over to the Benelli M4, which has a cylindrical, so that we can more effectively use buckshot, because you should not choke down buckshot. It's just not gonna be good for it. You don't want those rounds impacting each other. In the case of these types of loadings, you're gonna be using the wad is what's gonna be controlling the flight pattern. And the wad from the Hornady Critical Defense is really good. So we'll go ahead and we'll try that stuff out. Okay, Hornady Critical Defense. Let's do this. Oh yeah. I can already see that from here. Oh, yeah, you see that? Yeah, he's dead. So, okay, so a couple things to note here is at distance, you of course have spread of your buckshot. So we were a little bit ways back there, but we still, looks like, got 4 pellet hits out of about 8. It's pretty good. That's about half. That's what you're typically gonna see. So the first one went just to the left of the eye right there, and it looks like it penetrated all the way through, cracked the back of the skull. We do have exit of a fragment of the skull, or perhaps of one of the rounds. Up here we have scoring as it passed through the skull. Right here, this went through the cheekbone and actually shattered the temporal. You can see that's completely crushed in. This alone is death. That is death. And then we have this round right here that penetrated through the jaw. Let's take a closer look. Went all the way in. Oh, there it is. And you can see it lodged in the spine right there. That's donezo, dude. You are gone at that point. I love this stuff. This is so much fun. Don't you think? I think the only thing that we can do with this guy, we'll point blank this guy, and then we'll set up another one and do a 7-yard on him.
So would you say we got lucky with the bird shot?
I don't know about, you know, at that distance?
Yeah.
I don't say lucky. I mean, it clearly, you know, gave him a bad day. I just don't think it's consistent enough to be considered that good for home defense, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna do better with a buckshot of some type, whether that be double aught or number 4 or something. It's just, this is better. But let's go ahead and let's point blank this guy from the back of the head this time. Yeah, okay. All right, we got point blank with the Hornady Critical Defense, which is a pretty hot load, and we'll try that out. Very hot load. All right, let's go check. Let's check it out. Okay. Well, I would say that buckshot at point blank seems to be very effective. I mean, what do I need to say at this point? That's absolutely devastating. So what we'll do is we'll do the good old picking up chunks of this guy off the ground. I believe Clint Smith from Thunder Ranch said it best, where the shotgun with the right load at the right distance will physically remove a chunk of your opponent and throw it onto the ground. That seems to be very true. Not to mention just on the ground, but also on you. So put it in the death pile. and we'll go ahead and we'll do a 5 foot with the buckshot. Mike, any predictions?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna die.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme with the shotgun. I'm covered in, I love how this lab coat is just getting dirtier and dirtier every test that we do. I am interested to see how energetic it is at about 5 feet though, you know?
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of people lose their heads, but you don't want to lose your head in a survival situation. This video is sponsored by Nutrient Survival. They are a company that makes long-term food storage solutions. It's definitely something that's good to have, at least a year of food storage is something that you want to have. They make really good stuff. It is based on the nutrient requirements of what special operations guys use. So it is good stuff. They don't use any preserves or anything like that. So you can know that you're getting quality materials. A big thank you to them for sponsoring the video. Let's go watch more heads get blown the fuck up.
All right, we have our Hornady critical defense. And throw that in there. And we're at about 5 feet right here. Ready?
Oh dear God.
Just as effective as point blank. Okay, so what's left up here is skull. And, there he is. Okay. You know, I'm seeing a theme with the shotgun, and that is the complete obliteration of the head. Like anywhere from birdshot. I mean, birdshot needed to be point blank for that to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, it's pretty similar. Like, there's just a lot of
no point to birdshot for home defense. Honestly, that's
No.
the same as point blanking someone.
Yeah, but doubtless. I mean, the birdshot at point blank did do a good job, but I mean, if you don't want to have to get point blank with your weapon in order to do that type of damage, and the buckshot did it just fine at 5 feet. That's crazy. Jesus. All right, into the death pile it goes. Dude, did we do a 5 foot with the birdshot? Yeah, we did. Like, birdshot's effective, no doubt, at closer distances, but like,
didn't obliterate.
it didn't obliterate it though. Like, there's no doubt that, like, there's no reason not to use buckshot for home defense. I mean, of course, over penetration is something to be concerned about, and maybe that might be a reason to use number 4 or something like that as opposed to double-aught. But like, man, buckshot is super effective. That's some crazy stuff right there. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and, sorry, I missed you, bud. Missed a little piece of that guy. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put up another head, and we're gonna try a good old slug. And I think that what you're gonna see is that the slug is way more effective at distance. Now, of course, the thing about it being that a lot of people like the buckshot for the ability to have a little bit more air and still be able to hit a target. But with any round or any weapon, you wanna make sure that you're being precise, because we don't want rounds going where we don't want them to. So even with buckshot, we want them to be in a nice confined pattern. We want to know precisely where those rounds are going, because we don't want anything that's going to be errant. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and let's step back and try out that slug. Federal rifled slug. Let's go ahead and let's try it out. Yep. Yeah, I love having these little things right here because it just catches all of it. Oh, that is... I'm trying to hold this guy together. Okay, so... looks like our round was just off to the left right there. So you can see it hit just to the left of the nose bone. You can actually see the wound track that it took as it went through right there. And then due to the significant amount of kinetic energy, it of course just absolutely, there was no stopping it. It went straight through. And to be clear, these slug rounds are made for deep penetration. So, you know, they are made for larger game. And they're not specifically made for taking down human targets because you don't need that much penetration from the slug to take down a human target. But yeah, that just traveled straight through. There's no stopping it. That thing is absolutely, absolutely deadly. And we saw that with the full-size human torsos as well. Just slugs are violent, man. Super violent. We gotta try it close. Yeah, we gotta try it close. Now, unfortunately, in packaging, it did rupture a little bit at the back, so I do want to make that note. But that being said, I don't believe that's really going to affect the validity of the science with which we are going to be presenting you. All right, final shot, about 5 yards to our target. We got our federal rifled slug, a lot of penetration, NBD, penetration is good. Shotguns just work, man. You know, a lot of people say that the shotgun is an outdated design, only good for you know, Yo, that just removed the inside of his head. It just left the skin. Oh, so that just okay, so you can see our impact right there. And it pretty much just liquefied everything within the skull and then just made it go away. And we left the skin there. Perfect. That's over right there. Completely dead. Shotguns are effective, right? It's still an effective home defense tool. It's not the best home defense tool, not for every situation, but it certainly works. And again, the important thing is going to be that you train with whatever tool you have, whether you have a shotgun for home defense, whether you have an AR-15 for home defense. The important thing is that you train with it and you know its capabilities and that you know what those rounds are going to do. You know the penetration that they're going to have through drywall. Do your research, because again, these are important. These are tools, however, you are the weapon. So make sure that you get training. Tons of great places to get training from. We have Bear Solutions, Cogworks, Haley Strategic, probably my dad, maybe not, we'll do a DNA test, Pat McNamara. Get training from these guys and get better at these weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I've got nothing else for you. Maintenance. Keep up on your maintenance, whether it be your house, oil in your car, your weapon itself. Make sure that you keep up on maintenance. A little bit of prevention will do a whole lot to keep whatever you have working well. Thank you for watching, guys. A big shout out to my Patreon people. Thank you for making this channel incredible.